All right. Give it up for a longtime supporter of this show and his first time up here. So be supportive, everybody, for my good friend, Cal Westray, ladies and gentlemen.
It's bright up here. Thanks, Mike. First, I want to thank everyone for coming. Thank everyone for supporting your local comedians. This is a great place to come and see everyone. Everyone does a great job, and I just love them to death. Second, I want you to keep in mind to support the comedy clubs as well. They have a 2-drink or 2-item minimum, so you make sure you get that taken care of. Your wait staff is working very hard for you, so take care of them too. Third, I'm not a comedian. I'm simply a comedy fan. Hardcore, actually. I come here every Thursday and Sunday night. Thursday to support the mainline comedians that travel across the country. And Thursday is kind of a slow night, so I want to make sure that they see that they're being supported as well on a slow night. And then when Friday and Saturday comes along, they get big crowds at those times. Sunday is the night for the open mic, and I just love them to death. Okay, that taken care of and out of the way, it's story time. One thing about being an older man, you tend to observe things, observe people, observe events, and a lot of times you observe it and you really don't know if you want to remember or you want to understand what's going on. Some nights you see something happening that you just can't get out of your mind and you have to share it. Well, every Friday night I usually go with my wife on our date night, and she's here with me tonight. Tuesday we'll be married for 37 years. I haven't passed out yet, that's good. Anyway, to get on with the story, we went to a Chinese restaurant in Xenia. And if you know the place, it's very small and the food is excellent, very good. Well, we were sitting at a booth, and about where that table is there was one older man sitting there, and he was so close to us we could hear him eating. But we're sitting here talking with each other, and he's right there. His cell phone goes off, and during that time, we kind of just try to ignore it, but he says, hello, can you hear me? About a dozen or so times, like he won't stop. He just doesn't understand technology, I guess. It's just one of the side effects of getting older, I suppose. You really don't care about technology. Well, anyway, he finally gets connected on the phone with this person, whoever it is, and he says that, I've just left the hospital. My wife is in recovery now, and as soon as I get done eating, I want to head back and check and see how she's doing. The thing was, she was in surgery, and he tells the guy on the phone, said, the surgery went all right, but they had a few problems. Well, they nicked her liver, and so they got that stitched up just fine. They also cut into the abdominal cavity wall, and they got that sewn up, so that's going to be fine too. Well, you knew that she was in for weight loss surgery, and they took a lot out of her. How much you said? Well, they said that they took out enough out of her to fill a 6-gallon bucket. That's fine. That is an appropriate response. Thank you. The rest of you, that's inappropriate, and thank you too. I love it. During this time, I was trying to keep from busting out laughing as he was talking on the phone because he kept going into more and more graphic detail about the surgery. Elizabeth, who's a nurse, put her fork down immediately and stopped eating. I kept eating, and I was trying to keep from burst out laughing at him while he's sitting there talking on the phone with this person. And it's, God love him. But he just wouldn't stop talking about the details of the surgery. And I consider myself pretty damn fat, but if they took out enough to fill this container, they might have trouble keeping me alive. Just saying. This is only a 5-gallon. They took 6 gallons of stuff out of her. Well, anyway, that's the one story. You think that would be enough for one night? But this is a true story, though. Later, we went to Joanne Fabric, where my wife Elizabeth goes to get crafting items, sewing, stuff like that. And I usually bring my Kindle, and I'll sit at the pattern table. And we're sitting there, and I'm just minding my own business. We're just waiting for her to get done shopping. That's just my role there. I go with her. There's across from me. There's an Asian lady about my age, and she has her elderly mother with her, who must be at least 80. She just was having trouble moving. We're sitting there, and she had a young girl with her who was probably in her early teens, and she was searching for a pattern for something. And so they were both very happy that they found the actual pattern. And so she gets a phone call. And I'm trying to keep a low profile here. And again, I get drawn into a slice of real life. I figure it must be her husband, because she says, hold on a second, I got to get my flyer out and look for a coupon for this pattern that I'm getting from my daughter, from whoever she is, granddaughter probably. And so she says, coupon, C-O-U-P-O-N. And she goes into about 2 or 3, 5 minutes, something like that, talking in English and some other language, and I wouldn't guarantee which one it is because I don't know what it is. Trying to explain to the person on the other end what a coupon was. Now, I figure it had to be her husband, because there's not a woman that I know of that isn't inherently understanding of what a coupon is. And there's not many guys out there that really give a rat's ass what a coupon is and what it's for. Well, I know because I shop with my wife. And so, but that's basically observations of an old guy, and I see these type things happening all the time. And I don't know if it's because they're just cranky or just uncaring. They just don't give a rat's ass anymore. They just don't care to understand what's going on around them. And so they can be insensitive about talking about surgery while everyone else is trying to eat. Especially my wife was having sweet and sour pork. And you don't want to eat sweet and sour pork when someone's talking about emptying someone's intestine. So next time you order sweet and sour pork, you're going to remember this story. You're welcome. Well, that's my time.